On the issue of what we will do to terminate pollution and to save our planet, the policy must include, and my experience as Attorney General reinforced that for me, the policies must include accountability and consequence for bad behaviors.
That was former Vice President Kamala Harris this morning, alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger at the Austrian World Summit taking place right now in Vienna. The summit is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, with climate leaders from several countries taking the stage to discuss and offer solutions now to fight climate change by bringing together governments, businesses, and individuals. And this year's theme is We Are Unstoppable. And Arnold Schwarzenegger joins us now from Vienna. He is, of course, the host of the summit. Governor, thank you so much for being with us. We greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for having me. And, you know, I just want to, right off the top, correct you, because you said it's climate change. I want you to talk about fighting pollution, because we have to terminate pollution, and that's what I always say. I use my movie lines, hasta la vista, pollution. So this is the kind of things we have to talk about. Climate change, most people don't understand, and they don't care about any of that stuff. I think they care about pollution, because pollution is the thing that actually kills 7 million people a year. You know, climate change, you know, and with all the bad weathers and the storms and the floods and all of this stuff, that kills maybe 25,000 people, which is, of course, 25,000 people too many. But pollution kills 7 million. So this is why I always stress pollution rather than climate change.
And what are some of the ideas right now that you're hearing this year that you're getting excited about in some ways to fight pollution?
Well, you know, what the conference, the theme of the conference is that we are unstoppable. And the reason why it is because, as you know, in America, we have an administration that doesn't really believe in pollution being a threat to our health, and that it kills all of these people. So we want to encourage people here to just say, stop whining about the White House and about them not believing in them. I said, what is it that we can do? I said, because it doesn't really matter in the end who is in the White House. What really matters is what we're doing on a state and local level. I said, we have to rely on ourselves. That's where the action is. And so when you think about, you know, what California has accomplished and what Texas is accomplishing right now and what Massachusetts is accomplishing and Minnesota and all of those states, it's really remarkable, because they just say, okay, we're going to take the bull by the horn and we're going to go and create the changes, and we're going to set goals of upping our renewable energy, lowering our greenhouse gases and all those kind of things. Let's not wait for the federal government to take the lead. Let us take the lead. So what we are doing is, with this conference here, is really encouraging people to go and to just continue working themselves and think about what can I do versus what can they do.
That's such an important message. I wanted to ask you, you've said some very inspiring things about American democracy. And I've always found that immigrants have a better perspective sometimes than those of us who were born in America and were raised here, because we just assume that democracy is always going to be with us. We always assume that everything will always be the way it is. You've given some very moving warnings in the past about your own family members that have been were swept up during World War II in Nazism. And you've warned Americans against this. I'm wondering, as you look at what's happening with Gavin Newsom and his wife, as you look at what's happening, where people are trying to say that California's elections are being rigged. You're the last Republican governor elected in California, and it took 30 days. That's the law. How are we doing as a democracy right now? What are your concerns with somebody who has a perspective that maybe those of us who were born here don't have?
Well, you know, it doesn't really matter where you live. The most important thing is that we are inclusive and that we don't hate anybody because they feel differently than we do, or that belong to a different religion than we do, or that they're belonging to a different party than we do. And this is the theme also of our conference here. To me, it makes no difference if you're a communist, if you're a socialist, if you're a Democrat or a Republican, or if you come from a dictatorship. It makes no difference. I say, come here to Vienna and let's work together to solve this problem and to create a good environment. I think that if we work together, we are much more powerful rather than fighting each other and always alienating half of the people. So to me, I think going in the direction of kind of like inclusion has always been something that I was taught by people here in Austria. And then when I came to America, I saw inclusion really in the highest level, you know, where people were kind of like really helpful to me as an immigrant that just arrived in America. They gave me pillowcases and pillows and blankets and dishes and silverware and the black and white TV and all of this kind of things. I was shocked when I came to America and I got this much help. And I learned how to be generous. And I do exactly the same thing now. I want to make sure that when it is Thanksgiving, that I go to East LA and to feed the people that have less money. And then I donate 1,000 turkeys to them on Thanksgiving. I do exactly the things that was done to me when I came to America. And I want to continue the tradition. And, you know, since in all the other stuff, I'm just in the, if it's bodybuilding, if it's fitness, I deal with the world. So I never ask when I promote bodybuilding or when I promote fitness, are you a Democrat? Are you an Arab? Are you Israeli? Are you Australian? Are you from Africa? I don't care. I don't care. I want everyone to be fit. I want everyone to enjoy the motivation when I say go and train and do something every day. It doesn't matter what party you're coming from or if you believe in the things that I believe in. I want to have everyone be included. And so this is, I think, when we work on inclusion, I think that we will go and protect our democracy much more.
Very different things happening with immigrants today here in America, that is for sure. Host of the Austrian World Summit, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you very much for joining us on Morning Joe. It was good to have you on the show this morning.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.